Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 2 Point Museum. Now, we started off here in Bungle Wasteland in our last episode, and I did say I'd redevelop it, but I've decided not to because there's nothing really to redevelop. Our museum is still very small, there's still not a lot going on, and we might as well carry on doing some of the other stuff that we're going to need to do. So over here we've got some perks here that we can have a look at, but we're a little bit further off that. We don't have anything available to us really at this moment in time. So we are going to have a look at what else we can do to improve our museum. We currently have some expeditions on the go, but we are not turning over the best profit in the world. We need to find and analyze a sickly pair, but right now we've been to Swallow Hollow and we hopefully have a new botany exhibit to go in now, which is really good because I've decided to go with botany stuff. It wasn't actually because that was an obstruction, so we're going to have to send another expedition out immediately to try and get to some new areas. I have decided that we're going to go with botany and space actually, because why not? So we have some missing requirements here. We are short of someone with survival skills, so you may just need to go back to Bigfoot Gardens for this one. So I think we're going to do that, and we're going to see what we come out with. Let's take on a first aid kit, and then we'll make it detailed again, and they are off. So what else can we do? Can we send another one out? But we're actually going to go to Bungle Burrows, and we're going to have a look over here at the allotment labs and see if we can set anyone up. We need one botany expert, which we don't yet have, or we do, but they're currently on another expedition already. But Bryn Bullfrog can come in. There we go. Right, let's go over to the allotment labs, setting that up, autofill. Let's give him a first aid kit, and again, we'll make it detailed. There we go. Right, so we have 2 expeditions off. We've unlocked spar point number 3, which is great. We have lost a bit of money there, though, which is not good. We do need to find and analyze a sickly pair, and for that, we need to build our analysis room. Now, the money is starting to pile up here, which is not great, so we do need to be very careful with that. We can put in an analysis lab, though, so that's done. Then once we get the sickly pair in, we'll be able to analyze that. We do still have a monthly grant, but our staff wages are starting to become a bit of a problem. I don't yet have a gift shop, so we could put that in. So we're going to put a small gift shop in here. It's not going to have much about it, but that's fine. And we'll put down whatever we need to add in there. We can put a poster stand in, I suppose, for science. That'll do for now, though. There we go. Criminals have vandalized the museum and then escaped because there's no security. I don't have any... Well, I do have security. We'll bring in Wilbur Tool, and that will be it for our security for now. And that does leave us in a little bit of a difficult position in terms of our monthly profits because they are starting to plummet quite rapidly. We do have an expedition that is finished, so we can open that crate and see what we get. Hopefully it's more useful botany exhibits because that's what we need. It's the sickly pair. So we're going to place that exhibit straight into here to analyze. And then we should get some people in. We've also unlocked the Pebbly Coast as a new location, but we did lose 3,000 this month. Not great. A quarterly profit of 750, I've just realized. So that's actually, you know, in like a 4-month period. So that's actually not too bad. But we are going to need to start up expeditions. And we're going to need to send people over here because Bungle Burrows is where we'll get the perks. So that's going to be our next step. Right. But the problem is these cost. So we're going to use the haggling handbook to bring the cost down, and we'll make it detailed. Actually, no, we can just make it speedy. Doesn't give us a survey level, though. So let's go with safe. 7-day expedition, and that should give us a nice little boost. Right, okay. We have a dilemma in our expedition. A giant man-eating snake emerges from the ground. Let's feed it. We've been snake bitten. Well, that's a shame. They'll recover from that, though. That's not too much of an issue. But everything's looking pretty good at this moment in time. Obviously, the profit situation is something that we really need to sort out very quickly. But we're analysing the sickly pair. We're going to get some perks that we can then install in our exhibits. And we should start seeing a little bit more profit coming in. I do obviously need to do a space expedition, but for now, I think maybe prehistory is where we're going to have to go. We've unlocked Upper Antique Archives, and that gives us some classic contraptions. So we can do an expedition there at some point once we have a science expedition, but we don't actually need to do that right now. We're not going to be able to do that right now. Let's open up this crate from Bungle Burrows, see what we get. A buzz boost, great. That increases the exhibit buzz. We are going to throw that on. Let's put it on our sprinkler pump for now. There we go. So that's one perk installed there. We've got a perk here at the spar point, which we don't actually have anymore because I forgot to remove it from my last one. That is a shame. That was a bit of an oversight, wasn't it? Right, okay. 66% of a sickly pair analysed now. Our quarterly profits are suffering quite massively. Let's go do another expedition over here to get another perk. Again, we'll use the haggling handbook. We'll make it speedy. I don't think we need to worry about the expedition in terms of its adding some like extra knowledge onto it, so we'll leave that for now. We're bringing in a little bit more money. That's another expedition done to the Bigfoot Gardens, so hopefully something good here for our botany. It's the blooming buffoon, so we're going to place that, and it's actually a very good quality, so we can just about squeeze that in there. That needs some water, so if I move this over to here and then move this one over as well. Does that give me enough? Not quite. So if I pick this one up and move that to the middle there, still not enough there. Okay, we'll just pick this up. In fact, let's move the botany exhibits so that they're right next to each other here. Like that. And then we'll just pick up these botany bits. There we go. And then this one can go here. And that solves it. Right, then we'll just move some of these flowers and stuff along. Just pick up the vine column because that's for that buzz area. And what about here? Blooming buffoon needs to be near a prehistory playground interactive display, which is not a great... oh, God, right, okay. And then does this get the access that it needs? Yes, it does. I'm just going to put this sign behind there. Cool, right, so... that might help. We need to start seeing a profit very soon, though. We've got 3 perks installed. What about, do we have any perks that we can install to these? Got an energy boost. So we'll put that in. Is that going to count? I think it will. Then we've got another one coming back, which Bungle Burrows again. That will have definitely given me another perk. Another buzz boost perk, which is great. So let's put that on here at the spar point. Once that's installed, hopefully we'll get even more. Right, 3 perks. That's a second perk there done. And another perk should be done very soon. And then we just need to bring our profits up. So it's going to be a tough one, this. We might not make it. Staff wages is the problem, so we could do with cutting a few staff, which might help. Our profits, we're making around about, we're losing 1,500 a month, which means we don't have a lot of money to play around with. Unless, let's do a tour, actually. I've got just about enough, I think, to do a tour. So we'll do a quick tour of our science stuff. So we can go here, 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 and here. There we go. That'll do. Confirm that. And then, hopefully... ooh, what have we got here? A horse head statue, so we can put that in. And as long as 25 people view that, let's have a look. Average quality, it hates litter. Right, so let's move it away from any litter to like here. Or we'll put it around here next to the botany stuff. There we go. Right, it's got all the buzzers it needs, and that'll be really useful. Great. So, what else? Quarterly crime report. Somebody did escape, which isn't ideal. I'm going to rectify that by removing one of my doors. This one. There we go. And then what we also want to do, just to protect that horse head a little bit more, is, ooh, we've got some enlightenment bonuses here from botany, so we'll take that on. Excellent. And then we will need to put in some security if we can. So this one here, we'll put just watching there, and then we'll just make sure that there's a security guard ready to man that. Excellent. So our profits, we're losing about 1,500 a month, which isn't great, but we are starting to make a little bit more money. That does drop us down. We can take out a loan, but I'm not going to, because once this exhibition is done. 163 days remaining on that. As long as it doesn't get nicked, we'll make a fair bit of money from that. So 25 guests need to view it. Well, that's going to be easy. I needed a level 3 decoration rating. It's got level 5, which is great. And that should help us. We'll get a nice reward for that. And you can see the money is starting to come back up. So we might be making a profit very soon, which is good. Not enough, though. We might need to be very careful with our staff. Maybe firing some would be a good idea. We could actually get rid of this star fossil, and then let's analyze that one, actually. Then we can sack the prehistory expert, because my aim is to target space stuff for this museum now. So let's do that. We'll analyze that because we needed it. Then we'll sell this stuff here because we don't need that. How's the decoration here? Has it impacted? No, not been impacted at all, which is good. Ah, now it has. So what happened there? Let's have a look. Yes, it did drop. Right. We can actually buy one decorative item though, so that's fine. We'll put a little plant around the back here. And another one. Is it there? No, not quite. We need one more.
This is a pre-recorded announcement.
We are making a bit of money, so that's good. We'll put a little vine there. Excellent. Right, that brings the buzz back up for those items. We have made a little bit of money from the horse head statue. That's going well. Excellent. Right, we are analysing stuff, so that helps us out. Good. Buzz increase from cleaning up some litter. And our quarterly profit is now starting to come up. We're actually starting to make some money now, which is really good. We're at below that, and we made some money. Great. And that is very, very helpful, actually. We're starting to turn a profit, which means this sickly situation will be out of our hands very soon. The next thing I want to do is go to my staff, and we want to fire one of my experts, and it's Benny, unfortunately. Goodbye, Benny. Right, so we now need to look for a space expert. We've got a ghost expert here, but we've not actually done anything supernatural, so we're going to advertise a job for a space expert. We don't actually have the money to do that right now, so we'll just tell everyone to go away and wait for a new applicant to come in, which probably won't take long. We can still advertise, though, very soon because of the money coming in, which is really, really useful. I'm just going to wait, though, because if we get a new applicant who's experienced with space, we don't need to spend the money, and I'm reluctant to spend any money at this moment in time, so that can stay as is. Luckily, though, we are turning a nice little profit now, largely down to the tours, probably, I would imagine, because this is a fairly decent tour. We still end up there. We go a quarterly profit of over $750. We are almost there, and we're on $607. That was a prehistory expert I needed. That's why I should have kept him on. We'll bring in Lando to finish that job off, and then we'll fire him immediately. We can also... Oh, no, we can't. Not yet, anyway. Lando will hopefully get the job done, though, so that's fine. And then we're about to hit the $2,500 mark, which is not a great amount of money, really. So we're going to advertise a new job. We're going to advertise for a space expert, see if we can get anyone in. It's going to take 9 days, I would imagine, and that's correct for a space expert to come in, having just done the advert. So we'll get exactly what we want very, very soon, I would hope. But looking at this, we're almost hopefully going to hit into the next month, and then that should see our quarterly profit come up. Cosmos Roswell. Excellent. What a great name. So Cosmos Roswell comes in, and they can then start doing some expeditions to find some space-agey stuff, which will be really good for this one. I think space, science, and botany is a good idea, but we do drop and lose quite a bit of money there. Probably from hiring Roswell, actually. But we're going to fire this member of staff here as soon as they've finished breaking down that plant. No, the prehistoric star that we've got there. So we'll just wait for that to be finished, and then we'll fire them immediately. We don't actually need a prehistory expert in this museum now, because I'm not planning on using prehistory stuff. So we can get rid of them immediately. We have unlocked a dino bin, though, which is really nice. There we go. And that means our knowledge of the star fossil has now gone to level 3. We've also unlocked a perk which increases the radius of security coverage. once this horse head is done, it's 23 days left and it has survived. It's not been stolen or anything. So we'll get a nice little reward for that one, which is really good. And then that should be able to fund some space expeditions so we can bring in some space age stuff as well. But in the meantime, we just need to kind of keep an eye on things. We have made a bit of money there. Quarterly profit comes back up, which is great to see. And hopefully we can ride this one out. 10 days left on that. Pedro has leveled up. We don't really care, though, unfortunately. Right, space expedition. Where we're going to go. What have we got here? 2-point orbit. As the celestial cells and the galactic bulb. We've then got the table of the cosmos and the celestial cell. So we're going to go to 2-point orbit. We only need the one. We're going to give them haggling handbook. We're going to make it a detailed expedition. It is an unaffordable one. Even if it's safe, even if it's speedy, we can't afford it because we've got no money. Oh, what a shame. Right, we'll have to wait. Hopefully get a bit more cash coming in. I'm really desperately waiting for this to be done now. What's wrong with you? You want training. We can't train you right now. You'll just have to deal with the skills that you currently have. Thankfully, though, that is done. And we should get some money. There we go, 15,000. Excellent. Right, we're just going to pause because I want to set up a new expedition already. We're going to go over to the 2-point cosmos in 2-point orbit. We're going to use the haggling handbook there. We're going to make it a detailed one. And then over here, we're going to start our expedition. We're going to go back to Bungle Burrows and we are going to head over here to Upper Antique Archives because I think this is where we'll start finding some of the stuff to expand these 2 items that we've got here, the flying machine and the jab maestro. I think both of those should hopefully give us access to the new items from this area. We've also got some new materials that we can unlock from somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where we get them yet. So we'll just have to wait for that to change and happen. We're still going for the quarterly profit. We're currently heading towards the end of February of year 3, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. And once that's done, hopefully that'll see our quarterly profit come up and we should unlock the 1-star objectives. I think that might be about time to do that. Well, our quarterly profit has dropped massively, which isn't great, but that's just it's just the way it goes, unfortunately. Probably because we were doing some expeditions and stuff. Let's have a quick look. No, staff wages actually. Gift shop sales not looking good. I wonder if we can adjust the prices then. Let's see if we can do that. Let's go into our management tab. Finances. What can we do here? Prices. Let's just boost the ticket value up. We'll boost the drinks machine prices up. Trinket prices we'll take up as well. Signs, posters we'll take up. Just see if we can squeeze a little bit more money out of people. There we go. Right. Unknown value, so we don't know if this is going to go well, but people do seem to be paying it, so that's not too much of a problem. And we are back now from the Upper Antique Archives. What have we got? Let's open this crate. Something seems to have an issue. Guess we need to repair something there. Maybe the helicopter took a bit of a battering. Right, we have unlocked the celestial cell. So we're going to drop that in now.
The expedition team are back on the surface. How are the tunnels?
We'll put it right there. And then another one. What have we got here? Hopefully another piece of one of our contraptions. What is it? It is the flying machine. So we can attach that now. And that increases the buzz on that one. Good. Right. So our celestial cell here needs to be near a floating balls decoration. So we will put that in. Obviously, now that we're starting to get the things that we need, and it's going to be a mixed area of museum stuff, we are going to be able to, we're going to have to spread things out a little bit, because right now it's just this mishmash of random items that has nothing really going for it. So we're going to need to sort that out. Let's just have a quick look. We'll just adjust that, and then we'll adjust the curved info stand. We'll put it here. Like, even I think this looks horrible, and I'm not putting a great amount of effort into it right now, so a change is going to have to happen. Right, we don't have enough money. Well, we do have enough money. Maybe we should just go straight back out on another expedition. Let's do that. So we are going to head out back to the antique archives again. We'll use the haggling handbook just to keep the costs down. We'll make it a detailed one this time. And then over here, maybe we should just go straight back to the upper antique archives. Although, no, space. Space is where we need to be. So we'll go back out into 2-point orbit. Let's get that set up. Autofill. And the haggling handbook again, we'll make it detailed. And off they go. So if we get some more expeditions in, that's going to be really useful. We've got 2 assists. We're missing some assistants. Where is everyone? Have they gone on expeditions and I just haven't realized? Let's bring one in. Oh, no, someone's working there now. Great. Let's put another ticket booth in then. Because the queue there is not good. So I'll put a second ticket booth right in here. And hopefully someone will go and work there. And we just need this quarterly profit needs to come up quite substantially because the money situation not looking good right now. Okay. So they're now nearly healed. We've got an exhibit that's returned. What have we got from 2-point orbit this time? The more exhibitions we have, the better it's going to be, really. We've got the galactic bulb, which is great. Let's put that one down and we'll put that. I can squeeze it in somewhere. I can just about squeeze it in over here. Let's just leave it in the inventory for now then. Because if I just move this a touch or sell that and then let's put in some smaller info stands. So I put one here and we'll put one here. And then I'll put another one. Actually, no, we don't need another one. I think they're all in range now. So then our galactic bulb can just come in and go right here. There we go. Right, buzz goes up straight away. It needs to be near a hologram decoration. So we'll go over to here, find space. Where's the hologram? Space probe, space stuff. Do I even have the hologram? No, I need some more research for that. So that's fine. We can leave that off. But does it have the decoration it needs? Not quite. So let's again, space column right there. That takes it to 5. Excellent. Wonderful. And back to work we go. So all of this is hopefully going to lead to some more profits. We can open another crate here and I'm hoping it is another part of another contraption just so that we can continue finishing that off. It is another part of a flying machine, which is fantastic. So we can maybe head straight back out there. Again, we're going to go to Bungle Burrows. We're going to head back over here, set up the expedition. We'll make it detailed again. Haggling handbook in. There we go. And then this one, I think we'll maybe, if we can, send again. Ah, no, we can't because there's an expedition in progress already at that location. Ah, what a shame. Never mind. That's fine. The expedition can go. We've got someone angry here. What is it? Who is it? What's wrong with you? Injury treatment and wants to resign because they've got broken face. Is that because we only have one of those and they've not been able to get treatment? I think you'll be all right. Stop whinging. Right. Quarterly profit is now $237. And I think we can ride out this storm. We're nearly there, really. It's not going to take us long to turn a proper profit here. We're starting to get in a load more exhibits. Everything's being kept quite small. I wonder if we can squeeze in something extra at our gift shop, like a plushie stand for botany or something. There we go. Right, that can go in. We've got a dilemma. We're going to climb inside and investigate. Oh no, broken face strikes again. And then I'll put a little toy stand in as well. I'm just trying to squeeze extra stuff in, really. But that'll do. There we go. Toy stand is in. We've got more stuff in there, and that's the quarterly profit. Interesting. Analysis suggests there isn't anything wrong with the sickly pairs. Opening the facility's water valve should get things moving again and flush the oasis clean. Though it won't be easy to get through the plants, here's the blueprint for some plant camouflage. Stealth for plants by plants. The workshop project requires mulch, but it will help you make it safe and unimpaired. To the water valve. The Mulch-O-Matic is a custom contraption that can turn botany exhibits into mulch. Mulch is a valuable material that can be used in the workshop to create special cargo items and other equipment. Mulch can be made from botany exhibits. Finally, a use for all those dead and unwanted plants. And an expedition has just finished. We've unlocked the Mulch-O-Matic. We've unlocked the workshop project for plant camouflage. We're also about to open this and hope that it's another part of the flying machine. It is. And I think that might be the final bit. No, we need one more, but we have started turning quite a nice little profit there. So we need to make and display a Mulch-O-Matic, and I think this is for our 1-star objective. So we're going to finish it there. We have completed a flying machine, we've got some space exhibits, and I reckon if we can get all of this done, we'll be done with our 1-star objectives, and then we will start a redevelopment of some description. So I hope you've enjoyed another episode of 2 Point Museum in the Bungle Wasteland, and I will see you for the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.